Hi guys, so today I have this really different set from Die Press to share with you. It's their new gift box nesting Christmas, it says on here, but Christmas gift box nesting dies. So I did send these items free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own. Any links I'll have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase times to those links. So this is now available there on HSN. Yeah, like it's just totally different. So let's open this up and see what this is all about. And I believe it's all dies. Oh, and some acetate. So we have these pieces, as you can see, nice and long. It looks like they're going to make a nice sizable project here. Like this die here, it looks about 4 inches square, and I think it probably cuts just about 4 inches square. It might be a little bit smaller than that. And then, of course, these are longer. We have the longer marquee cutting folder. You know, you can pop this into any machine that can accommodate these guys that cut thin metal dies. The largest die is like 8 1/4 inches long and just, you know, a couple inches wide. And then, oh, look at the little tag, how cute. It already says to and from, so when you roll it out, it just cuts it and it has the little to and from inlaid. And then we have these different pieces. Now, these all look like inlays, and how cool would that be to use this on like literally any project, like a card front or something else. You can just put this inlay. How cute. And then look at this one. So this is also an inlay, but this one has like an edge, where this one would just be like the design. So this would have all these pieces cut out with that edge there. And then this ornament, so we have the Christmas tree with the little like bubbles on there, ornaments. Then we have an ornament with its decoration. We have that beautiful big holly. I mean, how cute is that? And these different pieces here. And I'm assuming these have to do with the top and the bottom because it's a nesting box. You know what I'm saying? So for the box, the lid has to be slightly larger, or the base has to be slightly smaller, however you look at it, to fit, right? For it to actually close and all that. Comes with acetate, so we will see what that's about. Again, the elongated cutting folder. So let's open this up. Oh my goodness, you guys, how cute. Look, I mean, I already saw the last thing here. Again, just a nice simple box. Oh, I love it. So again, the different designs for the lid. You need a box bottom, you cut 2 so that you can layer it up and the inside looks nice and then on the outside it looks nice. Box bottom sides cut 2, box top sides cut 2. I want you to notice the bottom is the bigger portion. That way the lid, when it goes on, you see a little bit of the base, you know. And then we have our tag. And I mean, this is easy as pie, guys. So we're just going to glue those together, attach them to the base, cover the inside of the base, and then for our lid, you know, with the die cut, you're going to add these pieces, and of course the acetate if you want to use the acetate. I would say if you want to use, because you don't really have to use it if you don't want to, you can just leave it like that, or maybe even make it a shaker on the top. That'd be really fun, like an inlaid shaker or something. But what I'm going to do is just grab some paper, and I mean, this is going to be like just a couple minutes. I'll be right back. I think what I'll do is use black and this pearlescent blue. It'll be very contemporary, kind of like wintry box. So again, you just take this. Very easy to know which is your box top and which is the base, because the top has this really big area there that helps you center your piece here. So put this on here. Now this does have a white core, so some of that's going to show on the edge of my paper when I go to add like the different pieces together. You know what I'm saying? So it look a little different than if you, what it looks like with like the black paper. So I will just inlay that. Same thing with any of the other ones. You would just place them in here. And of course you want to tape this down so it does not move. Let me trim my paper down just a little bit. Oh, let's keep this as a guide. Just give myself a little bit of space. So this is my lid, right? And then for the lid, I also want to cut 2 of this one, the one that's like a little bit thinner. If you can see, that one's a little bit thicker. So I'm going to run 2 of these through also. And does it fit this way? Oh, it just barely fits that way. This is A4 size paper, so if it was an 8 1/2 size, like A2 size paper, you would have plenty of room there. I just was wondering if I could just do it the other side without having to cut this, but I'll cut that because, again, it's A4 size paper. So with these guys, again, we're going to tape that down. And then run that through. So this is for the box top. And I'll run these both through, and then we'll make the box base. And use the elongated folder. Look at that. Cut both these guys on here, as you can see. you know, if you didn't want to use acetate, let's say you just want to line the back of it with another color of paper and that would show through, or you want paper piece back into it, you can just line it with, you know, paper piece into it. However you like to design and decorate that would be great. And then for the box base, I'm gonna put these things back on here and put them away, but let me just do part of that now. Box base, we need 2 of these, it says, and 2 of this, the wider part. So I'm gonna run all those through some black paper, okay? And I'll be right back. Okay. So basically what you're gonna do with the base is pretty much what you're gonna do at the top, but you are putting 2 pieces, you know, sandwiching the 2 pieces to hide kind of like the workings. So if we go back to our instruction, again, box bottom, 2 pieces, and then bottom sides, 2 pieces. Box top wasn't part number 1, you need a piece of that. Let's see here. Okay, I was just reading because it says, and die cut 2 times. So I suppose if you want to also cover up the inside like you're doing on the outside here, you'll run it again. So I'll probably do that because that's what it's recommending. And then your tag down here. So, and the box top 2 sides. So I have those here. Let me run this one more time and I'll be right back. So next time I, you know, didn't realize I needed 2, but obviously that makes sense. If the bottom needs 2, the top needs 2. I would not release this, you know, from the little tape until I cut both of them out. What I did was I placed this back inside and then I notched this in there so I would get the best matching up, you know. And I don't know if these are, there you go. Yeah, that's pretty good. That was the best thing I could do so that they're exactly the same still. Okay. So I was looking ahead at the instructions and I'm going to do mine a little bit different just because I do my boxes a little bit different. What they're recommending is go ahead and just put together your strips. Sorry. We're going to score them. Of course, I like to do that too ahead of time. So let's do box bottoms. So that's what we're working on right now. And they're saying to go ahead and score them, of course, on all the score lines. I will tell you these score lines are really nice and like etched in there. So that's really great. And then glue them together as a long strip, and that's good too. I generally like to stick these to my bases first and then together around. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to start off with the inside one because that's going to give me a little bit of room. Because let's say we go ahead and stick this down and then later when I go to pop this guy in, it's possible that it's too tight because this is going to take up space. I don't know how to explain it. The physics behind that or whatever, but it just doesn't fit the same way, so I don't want it to be too tight. So I'm gonna go do this and I'm gonna fashion the top one the same way, that way it doesn't cause any issues like, oh, because you did this one this way, the other one might be too tight or however. But I'm gonna put these in here and I just like to do it that way, but you can of course follow the instruction. So I'm gonna glue this on here. Just kind of overlap there. Of course, you can put it down and really get it good. And the nice side where the die was here is facing out, okay? And we'll put the glue here. Oh. And on this one, let me think. Yeah, the glue's going to go on the back of this tab. We're going to bring this in. Those 2 are going to meet up, but this also just comes underneath, right? So I'll meet those 2 tabs up in a minute. I'm going to pay attention to this first. Like I said, mine's going to be a little bit different. Let me place this down. I didn't even put glue on that tab yet, but I did, so there we go. So I'm just going to make sure that's lined up. And again, I always put my score lines right, you know, the edge of the next thing. So score line, and when I bring it in here, just make sure that that piece is right on that edge of the score line. That looks nicest. And all this is a quick setting glue. It does quick grabbing glue. It does take a minute to set, so just let that set up. And we can take this bottom part and cover up those workings. So if you want to put it on this part first, you know, you can do that and then put the inside part. The only thing is, like I'm saying, sometimes when you go to put the inside part, you might have stuck it together a little too tight and then it won't go in nicely. So that. I'm gonna hold on to this for just a little minute. And that is my box base. Okay guys, all ready, set up to go. And then this guy is the same. Now on that one, I turned it around like this so that the rough side is touching the rough side. I don't know. Oh, I guess we can still do that. Look, that matches up pretty good. So that's good. It is symmetrical, so that's nice. So this is a step 4. Again, same as we did before, so I'll do exactly the same. I don't know where it mentions to put the place desired design, washi tape, and die cut 2 times. Okay, then these are our pieces. I don't see here where it says to add the acetate. So what I'm going to do is just wing that part. But let me go ahead and score these and I'll be right back. So we have our pieces here. Oh, one last piece ready to go. So we're going to do the same thing as we did with the box base, but in reverse. So this is the rough cut side. This is the nice side. So the person, when they're looking at the inside of the box, it looks nice. But before I do that, I suppose I'll go ahead and stick this down. So I am going to place this. Now this is a symmetrical design. You know, the holly isn't, because obviously the holly is in one direction, or you know, the way it looks. So just kind of keep that in mind. What's interesting is that it doesn't really matter where this glue or where I put it, because you're not going to see that. So I'm just going to place this here. If you want to put glue closer to the design, you can definitely do that. Again, you don't have to use the acetate at all. So I'm going to put glue on here and glue on here. And the reason I say it's like upside, it's opposite, is because I'm going to put it up in here, which really just means I'm doing it this way, right? Just like we did before. If you want to look at it this way, that's fine. And then here. Again, this is just how I'm choosing to do it. You can definitely just follow the instruction. That back in there. Okay, just right in there. And then this guy, same thing. I'm gonna put the glue on the inside, and I'll put the glue on the tabs after I do this part. Just right down there. Actually, leave that tab out just to not be in the way for the moment. And down here. Okay. And I'll just hold these. This paper is kind of slippery, so it always takes that kind of paper a minute to really set up, so I'll be back in a minute or so. I'll wait for that to set up a little bit better. I'm just going to put a little glue on the tab. And same thing on the other side. Put a little glue on the tab and bring it in. And I'll be right back. And when we turn over, we have our little kind of workings on that side, and then this piece is just going to go on top. Oh, that looks so pretty. Even leaving it like that looks pretty cool. You know why? Because it's kind of domed. And you can see in there, it looks really, really cool. But I'm going to flatten it out, of course. So on this one, we're going to, on the rough cut side, of course, we're putting our glue. This paper is a little bit delicate too. So what I'm going to do is probably try to get rid of some of that glue. And just pat this over here so I can get a little stickiness going. Okay. And, oh. I did say it's symmetrical, but you definitely want to just get that position nicely. Okay, there's that. And actually, I'm going to turn this over so I can squish it from this side. Okay, I'm going to let that set up, and we'll put our little box together. Okay, guys, so while that was setting up, I grabbed some twine to finish it off, just like they're showing here. How cute, looking like a little like bakery box. Okay, so moment of truth. Let's get that guy. You guys. So if you follow kind of like what I did, it's going to look really nice. And like I said, I put them on the outside of the, you know, the squares. That way it gave it a little bit of room, but you have to do it on both of them that same way. Whatever your process is, do it on the lid the same way as you do it on the base. because otherwise you might get yourself a little bit extra and it's going to be really loose or something. So you got to make sure whatever process you do to put your side pieces onto your bases, that you do it the same way. Okay, so oh, I grabbed this little scrap of shimmery white paper, and I'm just going to cut out a tag, and then we'll attach it with that pretty blue baker's twine. Okay, so I'm going to run that through. I'll be right back. Okay, cute. All right, so let me put that down, put this to the side, and we'll see how much twine. I'm just going to start and see about how much I would need if I want to wrap it up the way they're showing, which is really cute. And then I always forget, you have to start at the top for that, don't you? Yeah, okay, start up here, and then you go down. And down, when you're down here, I just turn it, but I don't actually turn the gift over usually, but you're just going to make like a tie, but you're not really, you're just intertwining them, I guess, and then going back up the other way. Hey, I haven't done that in a long time, but we remembered. Okay, let's cut some off. Give myself a little bit of room. Oh my gosh, how cute. Okay, so I will tie it first, maybe? Sometimes I tie it underneath this too, just to really hold it in the center. Do you know what I'm saying? You just kind of get this thing going, so when you tie it, it holds on to that mid point. So when I go to tie this, I'm going to give it a little pull. It ends up tying around there, like knotting there. And then you can do your adjustments, of course. So that's one knot, or however. And then I'll put this through here and just make my bow. And I might adjust that a little bit, that way I don't have to cut off, but there it is. Cute little package, your little to and from. And again, it's about a 4-inch box with a almost like 1 3/4 inch, I would say, height. You guys, I know a lot of times I make boxes from scratch and people are like, oh, I wish you had dies for that. Can you make dies for that? So here's a really nice set for a nice size box, and it looks really nice. And again, we have all these different inlays that go along with it. So thank you so much, Diamond Press, for sending these items for review. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll link everything that's available. I believe everything is now available that's going to be from Diamond Press for Craft Day is on HSN already, and HSN all month long they are running free shipping with orders of $75 or more, and so they have that until October 31st, and it just applies automatically at checkout. Alright guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.